Financial Abundance Strategy: Discover your wealth frequency and what works best for you. This course is intended to help you achieve financial prosperity by tapping your inner resources that you may not know you have. From the 10 chapters that comprise the course, you will learn that by changing your vibrations and emotional frequencies from the negative to the positive, you are able to stay focused and influence others so that success comes easier and with less effort. Chapter 1: Introduction. Do you believe there are such things as vibrations or wealth frequencies? These days, getting prosperous or generally achieving what you want in life seems to involve not just having adequate resources, determination, and skills. Possessing the right brain waves is also important, perhaps even the most important of all. What is wealth frequency? Studies suggest that meditating lowers brainwaves to a lower frequency, which is best for relaxing and focusing. This is known as low alpha. You can also lower your brain waves to achieve theta frequency, which is best for manifesting or lucid dreaming. However, for tuning into wealth frequency, experts recommend raising your brain waves, emotional frequencies. In his book, Power vs. Force, David measured the frequencies for human emotions from 20 to 1000. Hawkins suggests that at the lower frequencies, people are solid or heavy while they are light and glowing in upper frequencies where we get the feelings of peace, love, acceptance and other positive feelings that allow us to understand better and see more clearly. Hawkins proposes that when you are in lower frequencies, for example 20, shame, 30, guilt, 75, grief, 100 fear, 100, and 175, pride, you are more prone to illnesses and problems because these emotions are draining and you are likely to spread more guilt, more fear, etc. Emotions that drag you and others you come into contact with. When you are in the higher frequency levels, you are able to influence others more positively. To support this concept, the Global Consciousness Project of Princeton detected a negative consciousness just before the attack on the Twin Towers on September 21, 2001. On the other hand, it detected a positive blip before the inauguration of President Barack Obama, proving that individuals are affected by the frequencies of the whole and the earth is affected by the combined energies of individuals. Changing thought patterns. Raising brain waves does not necessarily raise your frequency, but it changes your thought patterns, and you need to do this if you are to successfully diminish the effects of your ego in your decision-making and dealing with others. How then can you find your frequency for wealth? Well, obviously the first step is to adjust your thought patterns to one that allows you to think more objectively and clearly. The second is you try to lift yourself out of the emotional frequencies that hold you back. Acceptance, peace, love, willingness, courage, all of these emotions are positive and belong to the higher frequencies which enable you influence others more positively. According to a related study, an individual operating at 300 frequency level is capable of counterbalancing 90,000 individuals operating below 200 levels, while an individual operating at 600 peace is capable of counterbalancing 10 million individuals operating below 200. The capacity to influence others is your key to finding your wealth frequency. It does not mean that you will not experience any failures, but since you are clear of mind, focused and in touch with higher level consciousness, wealth is a lot easier to achieve than when you are operating in the energy draining frequency levels. Chapter 2: What is financial abundance? The life you have always dreamed of can still be achieved through proper mindset and actions. If you want to be free from any financial worries, then achieve a financial abundance. What it is and what it can do to your life is amazing. So, here are the things you should know about financial abundance. Financial abundance is being in a situation wherein there is just enough financial support to sustain your life and adding a few extra for comfort. It is away from financial burdens and worries, and there is a sense of having enough abundance where stress and pressure will not get in the way. To attain financial abundance, you can follow these essential factors. What is financial abundance? 1. Learn to empower your mind. Learn to practice a mindset that is full of abundance. With this, learn that money is only a material thing and should not be the source of contentment. Of course, who does not need money, right? This abundant mindset is different in such a way that it should be practiced to balance your life. Do not allow greed to overcome you. Instead, enjoy your money by saving some up and giving it away to help out. With that, your motive becomes so positive and this will eventually align with your goals. This is what you call getting positive vibes. 2. Get knowledge. This does not limit to scholarly level. In fact, many rich people are less knowledgeable than the poor ones. This knowledge means adapting what you have learned, from school or personal experience, and get ways to take advantage of it. This knowledge will then translate to your ability, where your ability can give you financial abundance. Living a life that you are passionate about counts to a life of abundance. With this, you can make money out of it eventually. 3. The art of generosity. When you want something in your life, help other people reach their dreams as well. There have been many sayings about generosity, and one that is true is that we receive back what we give. This does not mean that generosity implies to donating money. Yes, it can be done, but all does not count in money alone, right? So for you to achieve a comfortable life that is full of abundance, create a positive environment to get what you want. Now this vindicates the old saying, it is better to give than to receive. 4. The way of investing. Do not hold on too much of your money. In fact, saving it does not necessarily mean you are creating an abundant life. Yes, saving to cover emergencies and unexpected expenses is important, but it should not be a way to ease your financial burden. What you need to do is to invest. Invest in something that will give you significant profit in a specific length of time. With that, there is a strong chance where you can earn more income aside from your work. Chapter 3, Wealth Frequency and the Benefits. The Law of Vibration. The law of vibration states that everything that exists in the universe is but an energy vibrating at different frequencies. Whether physical matter or the unseen, spirit, chi, etc., everything is vibrating to a certain pulse. Following that paradigm, everything in existence is in the continuum of energies and frequencies. One part there is the wealth frequency. By being able to tap into and resonate at that tone, you can create more of that condition in your life. David Hawkins Calibration. David Hawkins came up with calibrating human energies and emotions beginning at 20 to 1000 frequencies. The lower frequencies are dense. States like guilt, 30, hatred, sadness, love and peace are in the 500 to 600 range. The first positive state of emotion is calibrated beginning at 200, courage, and above. In order to reach the situations and tiny components consisting of the idea of wealth, you have to resonate these individual pieces starting at 200 and above. The calibration is not important, that is but a guideline, a number we can use to calibrate up or down the spectrum of human emotions or states to achieve the effects we want. Law of resonance and attraction. The law of resonance and attraction are similar ideas but not identical. Because there are different kinds of wealth concepts and ideas, generically resonating wealth will attract those situations that cause financial abundance. The law of resonance creates the distinction whether you will attract more of one thing over another. An example is the law of resonance differentiates if you can manifest the chair or a table, although both are in the universal category called furniture. Deliberate wealth frequency broadcasting. By training your mind to live in this frequency and charge it with intensity and resonance, teaching the same to everyone in your environment, i.e. employees, business partners, even charging the physical space you are in. You are increasing the probability of attracting favorable conditions to wealth. Initially, it may take a lot of conscious effort to get in that headspace because that is not how we usually think, feel, and see the world. With the passing of time, it will feel more organic and time will come when it becomes your baseline frequency or state. The Midas touch. Once you become naturally resonant at this frequency, the Midas touch phenomenon starts manifesting in your life. Everything you touch just seems to work effortlessly and naturally on its own without consciously doing anything. That is one explanation why success breeds success. It creates success momentum where one success opens doors for future successes and so on. The immune system metaphor. Anyone who has reached the top levels of success has naturally trained themselves to think and operate in these frequencies. Things not happening as they were planned are unnatural and flushed out, like the immune system killing off the invaders. the diseases are the negativities, and the positive frequencies, for wealth, are the antibody super soldiers of the immune system automatically and naturally defending itself. Chapter 4, Attracting Compatible Patterns. Everything in the universe is just energy, and if you look deep down enough, you will see that everything is just vibrations, and these vibrational patterns are what make gas into gases and liquids and solids into what they are. This include intangibles such as spirit and soul. It may be helpful to view the states of matter beginning from ether, to spirit/soul, to gases, liquids, and finally solid. That is not to say you can physically move heavy objects just with your mind, although some claim to be able to do it through telekinesis. That is beyond the scope of this book. The objective of manifestation via attracting compatible energy patterns is creating a pathway of least resistance whereby a manifestation is possible and is a better pathway than the opposite of what we want. An explanation of luck and bad luck. Luck is where preparedness meets opportunities. Seneca. If you create within you and without the conditions where an event is easier to spawn, a thing we would consider as luck, the said luck would have to be easier to manifest over an environment filled with negativity and forces that say otherwise, conditions comprising bad luck. Because of the recent popularity of The Secret, many have misunderstood the idea to just being wishful thinking and not taking action. Action is also energy. It is a component of force, a physical force that makes use of the intangible energy and vibrational setups created to make things happen in the real world. Practicalities of using energy in the real world. There is only the attracting of ideal situations, people and events. The potency of the said effects generated through this channel exists in the more subtle, intangible realms as opposed to the physical actions which are stronger. It is not realistic to physically move an object weighing a ton through these means. You need mechanical energy, tools and devices such as a crane in order to do this. And how do you manifest a crane? You can just call up the company that leases out big industrial machineries. You can network and make friends within the heavy machinery industry. You can visualize intently, act as if you already have the crane. It is not just using one over another but layering in as many working methods as you can to reach that objective. On your own, I doubt whether you can manifest a crane just with your mind, let alone an object weighing a ton to levitate to another location. It is just not realistic and based off fantasy. Creating of compatible patterns for wealth and abundance. The previous example speaks about a very specific objective that can be solved through mechanical means, i.e. a crane. However, to design a general life condition with many possible variables, avenues of approach and outcomes, we cannot simply reduce a problem to just one thing like the crane. And this is where tapping into the law of attraction, like attracts like, can be useful. By creating the right vibrations and energies within ourselves and our businesses, we are able to attract coincidences, people and resources that normally wouldn't drop into our laps seemingly out of good luck. Because we have created the right energy signatures to make these variables not only be attracted but reside congruently in our space. In summary, it is about creating the right energies to magnetize assets and creating a sustainable framework whereby assets and resources can be kept organically in our space or sphere of influence where these things are useful. Although existing in the realm of intangibles, and cannot be measured with our earthly scientific devices, there is nothing to lose by tapping into this reservoir of power available to all of us. Chapter 5, Understand your vibrational hum. Everything creates vibrations. Subtle and noticeable only to those who search for them. Knowing and understanding vibrations, including your own, are very important for living a prosperous and abundant life. There are two types of vibrations or energy, positive and negative. The positive energy, as you already know, allows you to influence others and, thus, do more, and the negative energy drags you down together with those around you. Learning to identify vibrations. Once you have learned to identify vibrations or energy as others call them, make sure you attach yourself only to the positive ones, as this will help raise your own. Avoid the negative vibrations which can diminish or lower your own. The first step that you should take so you can benefit from power of vibrations continuously being released into the environment is to learn how to detect and classify them. There is a proven method of doing this. Think of the vibrations you feel when a train runs on its tracks. There may not be a real train running, but you know the vibrations that it makes. Relax, and open your senses to your surroundings, and you will be able to feel them. It will take time, but eventually, and with patience, you will learn to notice them. Doing meditations where you blot out the ordinary noises of everyday life helps. In time, you will even be able to see them by keeping your eyes unfocused while you are meditating. You have to acquire the ability to notice vibrations if you are to benefit from their powers, knowing your own vibrations, the next step. After you have acquired the ability of feeling and seeing vibrations is to divert your attention to yourself. This will require some time for in-depth analysis and reflection on what your present vibration is. You will know what they are by the attitudes you have on certain things that have general importance to people and yourself. You just need to be honest with yourself. It is important to know your vibrational hum as it has a direct effect on how you live your life. It would be quite difficult for you to realize your life goals if you do not know where you are presently. Raising your vibrations. After identifying where you are with regards to your vibrational hum, the next step you take is to try to elevate your vibrations. There are numerous ways of achieving this, and the more you apply, the easier it is for you to prosper and live an abundant life. One of the ways proven effective for raising vibrations is maintaining good health. Eating healthier foods, drinking lots of water and avoiding toxin-loaded foods raise your vibrations. Meditation, learning to relax and developing the right attitudes, getting more focused on your life passions will also help a lot towards improving your vibrations. Generally, the happier you are, the more positive your vibrations are. You can raise your vibrations to even higher levels by associating yourself only with people with positive vibrations. Chapter 6. What is vibrational equilibrium? Because you are a vibrational being, you send signals that tell others who you are. Not all people receive your signals, of course, but people whose signals are aligned with yours. If you are sending happy signals, others who are similarly happy will pick your signals and there will be a two-way communication. That's how vibrational beings in a vibrational world communicate. It's called attracting compatible patterns. This promotes harmony, attracting compatible patterns, if you recognize yourself as a vibrational being. You want to attract the signals that would be beneficial to you. Before you can do that, you must understand your vibrational hum. How? You turn to your inner self. This can be done by simply quieting your mind, blocking distracting noises and listening to the signals you are releasing. Do you feel happy, sad, frustrated, depressed or contented? Your vibrations or signals will reflect whatever feelings you have, and you receive the same vibrations from your environment. Vibrational equilibrium. Being a vibrational being. Your world is ruled by signals that you release and receive. Over time, you will attain vibrational equilibrium, which is characterized by the dominant signal that you send and receive. The compatibility provides stability, but is it the kind of stability that you'd like? For example, if you have been living under financial strain for years and this has ceased to cause you discouragement or frustration, it could only mean that your vibrational equilibrium is tuned towards this kind of life. The only way to change a vibrational equilibrium that prevents you from doing more like become more prosperous is to change your vibration. Changing your vibrational equilibrium. Achieving permanent change in vibrations is not easy. You cannot achieve that by say changing clothes, taking a shower, or exercising. Whatever good feelings you get from doing these things can alter your vibrations, but only temporarily. To change your vibrational equilibrium, your efforts should be centered on changing the dominant signals that you release. A permanent disconnect from the environment that supports your negative equilibrium must be your priority, or you will keep coming back to your former state. There are two methods of shifting from your current negative equilibrium to another that's more empowering. The first is changing your signals in a way that will allow you to repel the signals from your environment. You can focus your mind and energies on your goals, and this new focus, which is incompatible with your present environment, will slowly change that environment since you will be attracting new signals. You will be seeing and experiencing new things, and eventually your physical reality will align itself with your new vibrations. an effective technique of preventing your environment from interfering with your efforts to change vibrations is through graphic visualization of your goals for at least 20 minutes a day. Put strong emotions into it and you will gradually notice that the signals you will pick up are those which reinforce your vibrations. Another approach is to remove yourself physically or socially from your present environment. You can do this by moving to a place where the signals are different, or you can stop seeing lazy and carefree friends. Once you have changed vibrations, your vibrational equilibrium will change. Chapter 7, Shifting Your Vibration. Your mind is powerful than it can actually conspire with the universe. What we say, think and feel actually creates an invisible vibration that transmits energy. This energy now conspires to what we call the quantum space, where everything is limitless and anyone can be given opportunities. This is why you are also considered an energetic being, not only because of physical factors but also because you can both receive and transmit energy. Do you want to succeed in life? Then learn to shift your vibration. It is not about what you want. What you think, feel and dream of in life may attract vibrations into it, but that does not necessarily mean that you will get it. These are only parts of it, and what matters most is how you are signaling the universe to get what you want. You create vibes as you continue to exchange energy, so there will come a time when uncontrollable circumstances happen that causes signal disruption. With that, you need to harmonize everything in your life to what you want to do and repel those that will get in the way. So, if a certain situation makes you feel frustrated, angered or demotivated, it reflects a negative signal. Combat it by being around positive people and give out energy that will make you feel good despite circumstances. The need to feel your vibration. Be in touch with yourself more as you practice a way to create an inner peace. In order to refresh good vibrations, keep a quiet mind and listen to your body. This may be in the form of prayer or meditation, whatever you call it is fine. You just need to eliminate any thoughts and just focus on being quiet and peaceful. You can have a long walk at the beach or just have a vacation away from the city. For practical reasons, you can even have a nice quiet, me time in your own room. As you become quiet, let your emotions come in. Feel anything, cry it out if you can, and release all of it out of your system. Feel the signals of your body. There may be times when you feel mixes of emotions, as you can be utterly sad then. Eventually feel comfort and peace. There are moments when you are so happy and vibrant. Feel them in and sense your vibration, the shift of vibration. Now that you are equipped to know how vibrations react to your mind, and how you can sense them, you can shift your vibration towards your goal. The first thing you can do is to disconnect from environment that disrupts your signal. Do not entertain negative thoughts or even negative people. Here's a practical tip: visualize your goal every day for 15 minutes. Feel your emotions so strong, and eventually, you can listen to your vibrations and know how to repel things that will block your way. The next thing you can do is to initiatively change your surroundings. You can go hang out with people with strong goals like yours, change the style of your house, or even change the way you dress. All these should make you feel good and create a strong vibration. Chapter 8, Creating What You Want. At this point in this book, you must now know that if you want a more rewarding life, you have to change your mindset, and the entirety of how you think. Here are some more tips on how you can create what you want, and get what you want. Tips. Tip number 1, keep your focus where it matters. Do not think about what you do not have, because if you do, you will never have enough. This is a very fundamental tip that, once kept in mind, will significantly influence your life in a positive way. Changing your focus and what you focus on will radically change your life. If you focus on what you do not have, your mind and your soul will keep on thinking that you are lacking something. On the other hand, when you make a regular habit out of being grateful about what you do have, you will be able to train the positive energies around you to give yourself what you want. With this kind of mindset, you will be able to easily find solutions to common and not so common problems in your life. You will be more open to positive responses and opportunities around you, making winning easier. Tip number 2, define failure differently. One of the things that limit people from achieving great things is their fear of failure. We all feel this at a certain point of our lives. We are afraid to fail, and we are afraid to suffer the consequences of failure. However, once you define failure in a more positive way, things will change drastically for you, including your outlook on failing. Do not believe in failure. Instead, define failure as an opportunity to learn. To become better at that thing that you just did. Without failure, we would never be who we are, and what we are. So instead of looking at failure as a thing larger than you and that scares you, look at it as a ladder up towards your goals. Teach your mind to redefine failure, from being a dragging, negative thing, to an uplifting and positive opportunity to become a more complete person. Tip number 3, you are the master of yourself. Just who is your boss? No one else should be your boss, but you. It is all up to you what you want to happen to your life. There is no one else responsible of you but you. By acknowledging and accepting the fact that there is no one else who can help you build your successful future, you will become more mature and inspired to do better things for yourself. Harnessing the power of the universe and making it create what you want for yourself will become easy from here onwards. As you practice these tips every day, you will become more attuned to the positive things that affect successful people around you. You will then be able to tap into this power, and make it happen for you. Chapter 9, Learn the difference between desire and detachment. A lot of people, armed with the very best intentions and abilities, still fail to obtain what they wish simply because of their misconceptions about these two things, desire and detachment. The very first thing you should know about the two is that they are not polar opposites of each other. However, they are intertwined with each other because they can either cause the law of attractions to work in your favor or not. Most people think of this as a state synonymous to wanting or needing something. However, where the law of attractions is concerned, desire is more than that. In fact, the best way to appreciate how important desire is in a person's life is to see it as the outcome of having personal preferences. What is desire? Knowing what you do not prefer in your life can help you figure out what you do want in it. As such, knowing that you do not like sour-tasting food may eventually lead you to discovering that you like sweets or perhaps spicy food instead. These preferences can be seen as desires. In other words, you simply desire to eat spicy food rather than sour-tasting dishes. Desire is also often mistakenly considered immoral. Some people see desires as wrong because it may lead to greed, selfishness, envy, and many other negative emotions. However, that is where they are wrong once more. Consider the prior example. Is it sinful, immoral, or wrong if you desire spicy food over sour-tasting food? Also, there are many desires that one would be hard-pressed to describe as wrong or, worse, evil. Some people merely desire to be healthy. Others may desire to be in a position to help those in need. Detachment. Desire can, however, backfire and become your downfall when it is accompanied with feelings of attachment. Or detachment. Attachment. Your desire is exceptionally strong, to the point that you feel negative emotions because of it. You feel pressured about your ability to achieve your goal. You are worried and fearful of the consequences if you do not obtain what you desire. Detachment. Desire is the only thing you are concerned about. You do not feel anything else. You are unable to empathize or sympathize over other people's feelings because everything in you is completely focused in obtaining what you desire. Consider for instance a student with the desire to obtain good grades. Feelings of attachment may cause the student to worry endlessly about test results that he starts to suffer from nervous breakdowns and insomnia. On the other hand, a student with the same desire may use detachment as a coping mechanism. In this case, the student devotes his time studying to the point of excluding everything else, such as eating and sleeping regularly or treating loved ones with indifference. Desire and detachment are obviously two different things, but you can experience them at the same time. Ultimately, it is non-attachment that you should aim for if you wish your desires to be fulfilled. Feelings of non-attachment free you from negative thoughts and emotions while at the same time motivating you to do and think better to achieve your goal. Wrapping up, the benefits of planning for financial abundance. At this point in time, some of you may feel convinced that you know everything there is to having the best attitude and mentality for enjoying financial abundance. That's all well and good. But you need to keep in mind that financial abundance also requires smart, strategic, practical, and tangible actions. That's when the planning stage comes in. 7 key steps for creating a financial abundance plan. Planning is a process, one that requires time to create, complete, and perfect. Take your time coming up with the best plan. Changes will be more difficult and costlier to implement if you perform them after plans have been finalized. Step 1. Cash flow increase. The first goal that your plan should be focused on achieving is to increase your cash flow. It may not mean more profit, income, or sales, but it does mean having more financial flexibility. Another way to increase your cash flow is to simply cut down costs. With more cash on hand, you also give yourself better leverage for resolving sudden financial crises and taking advantage of money-making opportunities. Step 2. Healthcare and insurance investment. Health problems are one of the greatest sources of expenses, so be sure to save yourself from future headache by investing in healthcare plans and insurance now. Speaking of insurance, it is also best to insure most, or better yet all, that you have which is of value and worth protecting. Consider investing in life insurance that has a reasonably good payout as well. Step 3. Debt management and elimination. It's time to stop delaying the inevitable. Debts are rarely written off nowadays. Most times, there is no escaping them, so it's best to buckle down and figure out which debts are the most pressing and which ones are worth another round of negotiation with its respective creditors. Of course, this is not to say that debt is always a bad thing. Debt can mean more cash inflow and being able to afford rare investment opportunities. Just make sure that you borrow only what you need, or at least what you can manage to pay. Step 4. Savings increase. Surely, this needs no further explanation. Savings are probably the surest way to safeguard your retirement and future in general. Just be aware that savings can come in various forms, so choose wisely. Step 5. Investments. Passive income is always essential in any plan for achieving financial abundance. Investments are definitely one of the most lucrative sources of passive income, but they can also be one of the riskiest. Be sure to tread carefully when choosing which investment to entrust your hard-earned money with. Step 7. Estate planning. Lastly, it is never too late to start planning what will happen to your estate if for whatever reason you are not in the position to manage it. Writing your own will and making sure it is airtight and legal is something you can do on your own, of course, but only if you are willing to take the time to study all the ins and outs of estate planning. The steps above are clearly easier said than done, but will pave the way to financial abundance if you commit yourself to your own plan. Please hit the subscribe button for the support of our channel and share our videos for more new upcoming content. We are very happy to create new ideas and review for everyone. God bless and happy listening.